I thought there was a lot of positives. Our defense caused 4 turnovers, which was awesome, and there was a lot of good things from a lot of young guys. And Trevor Bateman and Dallin Levitt stepped up, and they played really well. So it's exciting. We have a lot of depth and good things going, into the summer, and obviously a lot to work on, but there's also a lot of good things too.
Do you feel like defensively your team is a little bit further along right now than they were last year?
It's hard to say. I think our chemistry is definitely there, and I think there's a ton of guys that are learning new positions, new spots, and getting comfortable with that. So it's hard to say, but as far as chemistry goes, I think that we're, if not further along, just where the team last year was. So.
Obviously, losing someone like Daniel Sorensen on the secondary is obviously a big blow. But what makes the secondary special this year, despite the loss?
Obviously, like you said, Danny was a freak athlete, and he was a solid player, and he was assignment sound. But we have a lot of athletes back there this year. We have a lot of depth and a lot of guys that will go and make plays. So, that's what makes it special is there's guys that love football, and they want to get out there, and they want to do all they can to get an interception and have a big hit. And it's going to be good.
With that type of talent you got coming back this year, and when Jordan Johnson finally returns to the squad, how versatile will this defensive back be, and how will that free up the front to do what they can do?
It's going to be versatile. Everyone's going to be able to play every position in the secondary. As far as corners will be able to play both sides, safeties will be able to play both safety spots, and even the corners and safeties will be able to drop down in the nickel and play. So, definitely we're going to be versatile, and it's going to open a lot of things up.
Are the linebackers your guys' best friends right now, knowing that you guys can cover downfield and it'll free those guys to do more things in the box? Are those guys like your best friends right about now?
Yeah, for sure. We need to come down and play the run when it's run, and they'll help us out in the pass. But, yeah.
Where did that ball game teach you guys you need to be better?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear.
For the Washington game, in the bowl game, where did you guys learn from that you needed to be better specifically, not just looking at the season as a whole, but maybe that game?
I think it just goes down to the details. Obviously they had a really good running back in Bishop Sankey, and he was able to cut back a couple times for touchdowns, and it's just assignment sound. Football is a game of inches, and it's all about playing your assignment and being in your gap. And when you have a player like that, it teaches you that you need to specifically stay in your gap, your assignment, so that you can be there to make plays, because good teams they'll expose you when you're not doing what you're supposed to. So I would say that it emphasized even more being specific in assignment sound.
What are some differences you're noticing in this offense compared to last year's offense?
BYU's?
BYU's offense as a defensive player, what are you noticing on the offensive side of the ball that's different?
I think a lot more confidence. Obviously last year they were learning a complete new system. This year they have a year under their belt to kind of build off of last year and do more things with it. So I would just say confidence.
Is the pace as much emphasized that you've noticed? Can you see things slowing down on the offensive side that maybe was really fast last year?
No, I would say if anything it's speeding up, because they're more comfortable. They know, kind of like I said, they know the system, they know what's going to happen, they know the pace that they're at, and I wouldn't say it's slowed down at all.
How's the elbow?
It's good, just rehabbing, and obviously I'm non-contact in practice, just so it doesn't set me back in my rehab. But it's good. I'll be ready for fall.
Knowing you, that's got to be hard, because we all know in the Timothy days that you loved contact.
Yeah.
This has got to be a difficult process.
Yeah, I hope you know from the BYU days too that I love contact. It's hard for sure. No, yeah, it's hard. I don't mind the red. The red doesn't bother me, but it bothers me because I can't hit. So yeah, it's a bummer. But you just have to look at the big picture, because I don't want to set back for fall and not be ready for then. But with what the trainers are doing and everything and the decisions I made to be non-contact, I'll be ready for the fall.
Talk about your role as a leader this year.
It's just helping the younger guys just know the system, know the culture, know what they need to do on defense, and just being there. I don't really see myself as just trying to teach them all these different things, but if they need someone, I'm there for them. Yeah.
Coach Howell said you're pretty animated on the stadium for the scrimmage last Sunday. They say the players noticed that. Are you taking more of an animated role, not only maybe as a verbal leader, but also maybe in action on the sidelines, or getting guys involved in that way, maybe in the film room or on the sidelines?
I think it's just natural. It's nothing forced. I mean, Coach Hal pointed it out, and I kind of noticed it, but in the film room. But I mean, when we make plays, that's what we've been focusing all spring. And so when guys are when they're stripping the ball and we're getting turnovers, I mean, it's exciting, and it's football. Football is really fun, and it's just, I don't know, it's exciting. So.
You mentioned Danny Sorensen kind of being a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of that? What on the football field, what did he do that maybe fans, media don't really appreciate? What do you think?
I would say, well, first thing, we would always just joke that he was kind of like Wolverine because he would never get hurt. He was never, like one time he was bleeding and we were like, what the heck, Danny Sorensen bleeds? And that's just one thing. We were like, he never got hurt. And so he was always ready to just make a play. But, I mean, just little things like closing speed and just being able to make, I mean, a good cut and a good break. You can just see it on film. But
I came late, Craig, so I'm probably going to ask some of the things.
Hey,
you might
it's
have
all good.
already
It's all
answered.
good.
Just thoughts about the way the secondary, what you're seeing from these guys here in spring.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, there's been improvement from a lot of guys, and guys are playing different positions. I know some young guys like Trevor Bateman, who hasn't had an opportunity to really show what he can do because he's been injured. I think he's really had a good spring, and I've been really pumped for him. Dallin Levitt has stepped up, and I think he's showing that he's a versatile player. He can play a lot of different positions. Like last year, he played corner. This year, he's played free, cat, and nickel, and so he's versatile. And I've really been impressed with those guys.
Your health, where are you at personally?
I mean, like I was saying to them, I'm non-contact just so I don't set myself back in rehab. I'll be good for the fall, but I'm just rehabbing my elbow. I decided not to get surgery on it just so I could just rehab it and everything, and just strengthening the muscles around the torn ligament. But I'll be good for the fall, and it's getting stronger. I can feel it, and yeah, health-wise, I'm good.
I asked Coach Howell whether the red jersey was to remind people to not hit you or to remind you not to hit people. He said a little bit of both.
Yeah.
How hard has it been to put on that red jersey and have to watch yourself contact-wise?
Yeah, I mean it's hard because obviously I love contact and I love hitting and just going up and being able to make a play. But I mean, just like I was saying earlier, I just have to look at the big picture and be ready for the fall. Obviously, spring is very important, but as far as getting me back for the fall, I think that's a lot more important than now. So it's been a little hard, but it hasn't been too bad.